Hello everyone, welcome back to Crochet Delight and welcome back to another installment of Hot Off the Hook Friday. I'm Barbara and as you can tell, I'm here alone this time. My boyfriend's out there doing whatever it is he does on his computer. And I've got a little someone in the back who's being a little picky-saurus. She's not eating that well. But today I have a few things to show you for Hot Off the Hook Friday. I've been really up and down in mood this week. I don't know why, but I didn't really do my hair at all for Hot Off the Hook Friday. But I have a couple things to show you guys, and one of them is this cowl. So what I did was I took a Afghan hook and I just did there's a couple different names for this stitch, beehive stitch or chain link stitch. I prefer to call it a chain link stitch because that's what it looks like to me. It does not look like a beehive or honeycomb stitch. So I only had one skein, so I made it as long as it would go, and then I just attached it. Where is it? Right there. Attached it right there, and you actually can't really tell that it was attached there unless you're actually looking for it. And then I ended up with a nice little cowl. So that was one thing that I worked on. I do have another scarf in the works. I don't know how long that's gonna end up being, but another thing that I worked on, which I had to stop for a couple of days, was yarn. I went from doing yarn every day to pretty much once or twice a week, and my knees are not agreeing with me with how much I've slowed down. So I had to stop for a little while and let the pain go away because my knees started hurting for the last 3 days. Started getting bruising there too. But I am going to get back to it more today, maybe tomorrow. This is the first day that my knees have not hurt at all. But this right here is the Galaxy fiber from the January box. I was trying to remember which box it was from. It was from this January. I love it. I love the slight little shimmer it has in the light. I like all the colors in it. It's mostly a purple, a deep, deep purple. But you can tell that there's little light flecks of blue and pink in here. I think there's even a little flecks of green in here. No, that's just the shimmer. But it's spinning up beautifully. I can't tell whether or not I want to keep it as one little strand, as a single, or if I want to ply it and have it a little bulkier. I think I'm going to keep it as singles and just wind it into a hank after I let it sit on the bobbin for quite a while. I'm going to let it sit for probably a good couple of weeks. That way it, in its own way, sets the twist so that it doesn't come apart on me when I go to actually work with it. Because the last couple of times I did some yarn, some of the singles were coming apart on me because I wasn't letting it set long enough to set the twist and set the tension. And I'm gonna pause it right here real quick. And the reason why I was gonna just pause it real quick, which is a new feature that I've had for about a month on my phone, is because I wanted to go and get this. This is the September kit. I have already spun it up. It's nice and beautiful, and it may not look like it, but there's about 200 yards right here, which is fantastic. I've been spinning the yarn thin enough that it's getting to about 200 yards each. So I have a hank of the September kit, which, as you guys know, I'm pricing them at $34.99 just because it's a very expensive blend. I'm not charging any more than that, which normally someone would, just to get a little bit of a profit. I just want to be able to get my money back from it. I don't care about making a profit off of the club kit ones. But take a look at the beautiful brown and grayish tones in this. It looks so great, and it feels great too. Like, you can definitely tell it's wool. You always can tell that it's wool. Lie. About 98% of the time you can tell wool is wool. Sometimes there's a wool that's soft enough where it's not, where you can't tell. But this one is coarse enough where you can tell, just barely, but soft enough that it shouldn't bother anybody. So that was the one thing that I forgot to bring over before filming to show you guys. Now the other thing that I have, I'm running low on yarn, and I'm gonna have to get that soon. So without unraveling everything, this yarn is my favorite. Panda Yarn's yarn is cheap. It's actually a lot cheaper than what you guys would consider Waltram or, let's see, Hobium. I believe they're cheaper than Hobium. I can get 1,000 yards, literally 1,000 yards, for about $19. I can get 1,600 yards for $22. And Panda Yarns, they're over in Canada. They're not that far away from us. Well, not that far away from me, I should say. But I love their yarn. It's 100% cotton. This is literally all I have left of the white. I need to get more to finish this project, which I should show you guys what that is. So it looks a little weird right here, but what it is it's a vintage top, and then I'm gonna add some black lace at the bottom and make a dress. I know, another dress. I like making dresses, and this piece right here is the part that goes here. And I'm not gonna stretch it all around because it takes a while to get it right. I'm gonna be adding a zipper and everything to this. This is gonna be one of my most intricate projects, but this is the start of a very vintage looking dress that I will be making. And I need to get more of this to finish the top portion so that I can work on the skirt. So that was actually the last thing that I had to show you guys. But I want to talk a little bit about Panda Yarns. Panda Yarns is fantastic. Let's see. Let me see if I can remember the lady's name. I'm really bad at names, so I am so sorry if I get this wrong. I believe her name was Amanda. She makes these great yarns. I mean, she will even customize them to whatever the heck you want. She'll add shimmer into it, gold, silver, or whatever. You can have any color, single color, 2 colors, 3. You can have all the way up to, I think, 5 colors. and it doesn't cost you that much. Like I said, 1,000 yards for $18, $19. There you go. And I love it. I love the feel of her yarn in my hand. And I think that's the yarn that I would gravitate towards more when I'm not working on sweaters or scarves. Because I think with her yarn, that yarn is more, it's too beautiful not to use as big wow pieces, big show pieces, which is why I like to do dresses with it. That last dress that I showed you guys, that was less than 1,000 yards of her yarn. I bought 1,000 yards and I used as much as I felt like I could for the design that I wanted. And believe it or not, this is the rest of that 1,000 yards. So imagine that dress that I showed you guys probably down mid-calf. That would be how much yarn 1,000 yards from Panda Yarns will get you. Because I've had to, as you can see, it's flaring out. It starts small and flares out. So there's actually a lot more here than you would think. But that's actually just the leftover from the 1,000 yards that I used for that last dress. And it gave me enough to start almost a whole entire new project and almost get I'm actually about halfway done with the top portion. So, but all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've got a little bit of a headache. I've had it for a couple of days, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do what I need to do. And I hope you guys have a delightful day, and happy hooking, everyone!